Reach out and touch somebody's hands. Make this world a better place if you can. Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can. Reach out and touch somebody's hands. Make this world a better place if you can. Ooh, it's Sunday night and I'm on the air. Hey, I want to talk to y'all about what's going on in the world today. Today, I'm starting a new series. Uh-oh. Hello, everybody. Sirwalterj Jones Show. I'm E. It is the weekend edition. Baby, how y'all is? Come on in. Water's fine, James. Water is fine. Aaron, the water is fine. Rhines, the water is fine. Beatrice, the water is fine. Dan. Listen, tonight, I was getting ready to do the whining special tonight. Tam, I was getting ready to do the whining special. I had on my list to I got them right here. I was going to analyze these songs tonight. Tam said, this quality programming tonight. Yeah. I was getting ready, Tam, to, you see this right? Let's see. Right there. Y'all see that list right there? You see that list right there? I was getting ready to analyze the songs of the whinings on my piano tonight. Question is, uphold me, long time coming, trusting God. I want to start a series on analyzing why men, women write these songs and play these songs and what inspired them. That was going to be tonight's a whining special. And I'm going to continue that for a few days, all right? It got too late. So I just want to talk to you about, I want to check in on you, all right? I decided to go into the living room. I keep my computer in the living room, bro. I decided to go in the living room and kind of chat with you just a little bit, soften the tone just a little bit, fireside chat to find out, y'all okay? Huh? Y'all all right? Y'all okay? I'm just checking on you because a wave is coming. All right? Here's what I don't want y'all to do. I don't want you to be complacent. I don't want you to sit back and think, oh, it's going to pass by. It'll always pass by. But sometimes it passed by with you in a worse state than it found you when it first came. Now, some of y'all are saying, next wave, I haven't get over the first wave. True. True. And James said it right here. James said it. Good to see it, Mila. You haven't got over the first wave. You mishandled it. Now, I quoted from a very rich man who says, you know who's swimming naked when the tide comes in. Many of y'all were swimming naked before Corona showed up. I was just finishing up your last Romance in the Park. Lord have mercy. Thank you for coming at on at this very moment. My bad, theatrics. I hope that Romance in the Park didn't freak you out. I'm all right. Just waiting on my stimulus. Damn. Okay, now Ryan Dansbury said the wave is here. Okay, that wave that you're talking about, Dansbury, is still the first wave. Okay, still the first wave. And there it is. Romanda said it right there. The wave y'all are feeling right now is still the first wave. This wave have not manifested or changed its DNA just yet. Good to see you, Gloria Razor Harden. She got 3 names. That means she's royalty. This wave came and took us off our footing. All right. And next time it's going to mutate. Next time it may mutate. We don't know. We don't know the plan of God. We do know that this is God. Now you people with the conspiracies, I'm going to need you to stop. I'm going to need you to sit down and think about some things, okay? Yep, the first wave hasn't produced the after effects yet. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to need y'all to sit down and rethink how much information that you are accepting in your brain. Some of you need to close your gates. You left the gate wide open. Wide open, because every time somebody posts something on Facebook, you see an article or something, you run after it so fast because you need an answer. You need an answer. God said in the scriptures that I bring pestilence and disease, epidemics, pandemics, hurricanes and tornadoes and tsunamis and all these things. I, God, do these things. We keep blaming the devil for a lot of our destruction, and that is not so. Now, God can use the devil to do certain things, but God himself is doing it. The devil is a puppet master. Yes. Yeah, it is mutating according to the latest available data, is what Dan says. I haven't heard that yet, but if that's what it's doing, you were already warned. Has it already mutated from the first? Yes. Charlie and Deanne are in sync with each other. Good evening to you, Michelle Smith. All right. So this mutation now, how is it mutating, and how is it? And this thing mutates in ways that can be more deadly than the first. Right now, it doesn't seem to be more deadly, but what it's doing is it seems to have mutated to a point where it's affecting the youth. That is affecting the youth. All right. So, all right, I'm bringing y'all in here because this is all about y'all. I'm checking on y'all 6 or 8 times, but there may have been 3 strains. But yes, y'all understand what's happening here? Notice how many of the youth now are getting sick, and some of them are dying. They thought they were supermen and women at one time. Black folks thought that we didn't get the coronavirus because white folks are getting it. We don't get it, and before you know it, we got it worse. All right, disproportionate. They kept using. All right, so you guys are getting caught up in listening to everybody talk about what this is doing, what this is doing, what this is doing. All right, please, people, read your Bibles. Unfortunately, they're, and that's where I'm going. So, God sends the coronavirus to the world. And what he's doing is using America as here's what I believe. God is using America as a whooping boy. Y'all hear me? God is using America as a whooping boy. One of my favorite scriptures is, God resists the proud, but he gives grace to the humble. America is a proud nation in the negative. We are a superpower, and we feel that we can police the whole world. And we feel that we are the best nation in everything, in education and in medicine, and in science, and in politics, in everything. But our mentality is the worst, because we were tested by this coronavirus. And when it hit our lands, I believe, and now this is me, this is me, Sirwalterj speaking. I believe God allowed us to go through 8 years of a black president to cause this division among the races, so that they could prepare us for a man who was not ready to sit in a chair of power to make sure that the nation in whom he lead is comfortable or safe from harm or danger. He allowed a man who is a narcissist, who's a weak leader, who don't understand anything. He don't even know the Constitution. He don't understand humanity, and he doesn't even have a heart. Narcissists don't really have a heart. All right, they kind of socially they're innate to. They can't really feel the pain of other people, and that borderlines into the psychotic. Y'all understand what I'm saying? And so what he did also when he was running, he began to captivate those black preachers as well. We know the white evangelicals were going to run for him, run with him or behind him, but then he began to pick out some of the black Pentecostal preachers. All right, and then when you capture the leader, then you have to capture the followers of the leader. You break a hedge, and then the serpent bites. All right, and that's what's happening here. And so the people began to run to him, and so this had to happen during his administration, because the black president had these things in place to. The warning had came, and he had put things in place so that if a pandemic did hit us, then we would be prepared. Then what God did was had this man to be in office so that he can erase, get rid of, dismantle all of the things that the black man put in office. Now, I didn't vote for Barack Obama, so I'm not praising Barack Obama for his 8 years of administration, but I can praise him for him putting things in place. So that just in case something happens. So then this next man came and dismantled it, and then he called it a hoax. Him calling it a hoax and him making light of it killed many of your relatives. All right, now Remanders asked a question. What would God get out of this? What would God get out of sending a virus in this dispensation of grace? I'm glad you asked me that. Let me ask you a question, Remanders. Do you think the devil sent this coronavirus? We were tested and failed. Our selfishness, pettiness, greed, and hatred were exposed. Yep. Yes. So, Pastor Remanders, I want to ask you a question before I continue. Who do you think is responsible for the coronavirus? Who is responsible for the coronavirus in this age of dispensation of grace? I'd like to know your answer. The pandemic preparedness started with the second George Bush. Yes, it did, and it was strengthened by Barack Obama. You are a right-winger. Sorry, I can't listen to you anymore. There's a off button. Hey, Ryan Dansbury, do you know what a right winger is? You know what a right winger is? Yeah, because if I was a right winger, would I be talking this way towards Donald Trump? Trump says China. Yeah, he does say that, don't he? All right. So my job is to piss y'all off. Okay. Ryan Dansbury, I can't stand you. Did you really put? My job is to piss y'all off. Okay. I said the word right because King James used the word pisseth. All right. I want to piss y'all off so that it can rile y'all up so much. And guess what? God is doing the same thing. He sent this virus to further piss y'all off. That God is something else. All right. Yeah, man, I tell you, I tell you, you're uncover. I know, Ryan said I'm undercover. American exceptionalism is a form of idolatry. Yeah, it created an anti-God reasoning that began to co-opt a segment of the church that has lost its way. It was something that's called, coming back. Yep, that's it. Love it. That's it. Yep. So, to further piss off Ryan Dansbury, God sent Donald Trump to become the president of the United States to show the United States her hypocrisy and her inability to look after the poor and the needy. Yeah, he did. He's teaching the United States a lesson. And he's allowing the other third world countries that are handling the pandemic better than we. We became number one for the handling this the worst. Who was given dominion on the earth? Man is responsible for this pandemic. All that's good and perfect comes from God. Nope. Romantic P. Moore? Nope. 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 I see you and I agree on two things now. Tithing and this. Nope. No, sir. So you say you want a king? You got a king. There it is, James. I just got through saying that God says, I send pandemics. Y'all keep reading about if my people which are called by my name, but you never read what it says before that. What did God say before he says, if my people which are called by my name would humble themselves? What did he say before that? Now, if y'all telling me he don't act that way today, but then y'all tell me God is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. You see how you're confusing your people? You said that you wanted a king. Yeah. I think I'm addicted. I'm trying to record vocals and listen. Damn, I'm addicted to you too, because I saw your post on the hooping. I must have laughed so hard that something seeped out my body. Y'all should go to Tam's post. She posted about, do you talk to your wife or something like that at home? I laughed so hard. I said, I hate Tam. I hate that woman. Trump will win to continue that work of out. Yeah. Well, let's see. Let's talk about that. The countries he called toilet bowls have dozens of cases only. Yep. And nations of millions. Yep. I agree. Just as God used the Assyrians, Babylonians, correct. Yep. Come on, God is watching. Y'all on top of this. If Trump win again, America is doomed. Yes, he is. Ryan Stansberry. She said I'm a right winger. I love her when she come over here. What are you saying here? Please don't step on my toes. I still have my slippers on. Okay. So let me tell y'all what God is doing. Y'all like, how you know? Did God speak to you? Yeah, he did. Come on, Charlie, there it is. If I shut up heaven that there be no rain, or if I command the locusts to devour the land, or if I send pestilence among my people. He didn't say the devil did that. Ooh, we have a dictator in leadership and a self-righteous fella. He is not prepared to be leader. And Donald Buster Woods, there's my point. God put him in the office to weaken America, weaken its economy. The dollar that's in your pocket right now will be worth nothing. Now, all of the nations, most of the nations, use the United States currency as the world's currency, fiat. God coming here, he's going to weaken the fiat to a point. It's going to be so devalued that the other nations will be creating their own currency. Now, they already have their own currency, but as it pertains to the worldwide, the dollar is good everywhere. Before you know, the dollar won't be good anywhere, and we're all going to have to go to a particular currency. You understand? So when our economy is weakened, our nation is weakened. That's how Rome imploded. It's the economy, stupid. I'm not calling you stupid. Google that phrase. It's the economy, stupid. Okay? I didn't create that. That's a saying. If you don't know anything about economy, you wouldn't understand that. You would think I was offending you. If I shut up heaven, yes, there it is, Amber. God allowed this to bow our knees. Come on. Yes. Let's see what Moore says. You have to go New Testament in terms of how God deals with his people. He doesn't need to punish his people. We do good enough for, okay. Y'all want me to go to the book of Revelation? Y'all want me to go to the book of Revelation for Brother Romandus P. Moore? Because by his analogy, he said the New Testament. Oh boy. Because all I got to do is go to Jesus' sayings on his Sermon on the Mount. And he was talking about New Testament stuff that's going to happen. And then Revelation is telling you stuff that's going to happen. New Testament. Y'all understand? And in the New Testament, God himself is saying, I am doing this destruction. I am using Satan. I am causing war. I am bringing the nations against Israel. I'm doing this, not Satan. That's New Testament. I truly believe God is dealing with NFL using COVID and this black national anthem. Oh, a big possibility that, yeah, okay. Well, you know what, Hips, man, you bring up something there that I didn't think about. Are we getting ready for one world currency? Effie, that's where I'm going, baby. Where I'm going, the European Union and China are already making this case. Yep. I'm trying to tell y'all ain't listening to me. Invest in digital money. Yep. Y'all stop talking about cryptocurrency. I suggest you start bringing that back up. Start talking back about cryptocurrency, because the money that's in your pocket right now will be worth fire. It'll make a good forest fire. For we are brought to an end to our anger. By your wrath we are dismayed. You have set our iniquities before you, our secret sins, and for all. See, Psalm 90. There it is. Y'all done made him go to the book. Yeah. Wars and rumors of wars in diverse places. Come on, Harden. Come on, the girl with the three names. Come on. Revelation 5 through 20. Nothing but God doing destruction on the God is tearing up something fierce. He's whooping butts. Then he allows Satan to come down and enact a fool. He said, hey, you didn't want to listen to me. A worldwide currency. He is only cares about the economy because it directly affects him. Yep, he has no knowledge of constitutional law or true foreign policy. Nope, we wanted a non-political, but yep, there it is. Donald Buster, notice, as it pertains to world, our relationship with world economies, all right, and nations, notice, when Donald Trump get in there, he began to pull us out of agreements. He pulled us out of world agreements. He pulled us out. He defunded the World Health Organization just recently. All right. He pulled us out the Paris Agreement. He pulled us out the British something agreement. He's pulling us out of it. And then he's looking at the leaders in their faces and pissing them off. Why? Why is God allowing this man to do all this stuff? And then when he did all this stuff, he sent the pandemic here. All right. Because God needs to weaken the United States. Because he's trying to teach a lesson. We've never seen this before where it even affected the churches. God shut the churches down. Everybody got affected. That means rich, middle class, and poor got affected by this. And so what's happening now? Phase 2 is coming. I suggest you get ready for phase 2. Man, God is playing a serious card game with us. I'll have come on. Left hand chip, please. Yep. Come on. Donald Buster Wood, y'all wanting a non-political. I know. Yeah, y'all wanted a non-politician, and you got him. Hey, Donald Buster Woods, if you was the CEO of a corporation, would you hire somebody? You got a Fortune 500 company. Would you, Donald Buster Woods, hire somebody off the street? And in the office, you see his resume and it says he have no experience in anything in your corporation, nothing, but he know how to piss folk off. And then you say, hired. That's what America did. They hired a man who was a non-politician for a political position. And then he put his hand on the Bible and his words were to defend, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. A Constitution in which he don't know anything about. So we hired a non-politician for a political position. Ain't that about nothing? And he showed y'all, you got what you wanted. I'm he. It's gonna be huge. Yeah, I understand. I wanted somebody with the who. Does God change Reverend Moore? If he was angry with the wicked every day, come on, I'm trying to tell y'all, I ain't even got to fight this battle. I want somebody with the ideas of Bernie Sanders, but maybe no so. He said not so doggone old. Yeah, Bernie's old. Everybody who's running is old, too old. And y'all, the young ones who was running, y'all got rid of them. For those people who are called by his name, them the girl with the 3 names. Go ahead. Yeah, U.S. got too big for his britches. The U.S. will have to kneel before God. Come on. I'm trying to tell you. Y'all ain't listening to me. They were so tired of President Obama, they wanted anybody. And they got anybody. Good to see you, D'Amica. Where you been? Miss you, girl. The reason they killed Saddam Hussein and Muammar al-Gaddafi because they were about changing the world economy to gold. Now, let's talk about. Can we talk about that? Then the God will bring Donald down like Nebuchadnezzar. I'm trying to tell y'all, this is how it works. God uses somebody to stir up a nation, and when he's done with them, he gets rid of them. And then a nation is weak. Then he brings in another leader either to clean it up or make it worse. So Barack Obama set the nation up and prepared it racially for this tyrant to come in. Now, Barack Obama was not the greatest president, all right? He was for things that I feel that was immoral, but it strengthened the immorality of the nation. It killed a lot of babies because of abortion. It also made the nation very immoral through its homosexuality and the marriage and what have you. Through that 8 years, it strengthened the immorality of the nation through Barack Obama. You understand? But it also caused racial strife further, deeper. The racial strife was already there, but it began to, like roaches, all right? They just, as soon as you leave the house, turn the light off, then the roaches start running around the house. That's what Barack Obama did, all right? Then it let those racists get so peed off till they said, we can't do it. We want somebody who talk like us. Those other people who was running for the Republican Party, remember it was like 25 people running with Donald Trump. And they didn't like any of them because they was not hardcore enough. They wasn't saying, get rid of them doggone Mexicans. Close the borders. All right? And so he came in with that lion voice. He came as a roaring lion, and they loved it and put him in the office. And for 3.5 years, he began to cause the nation to weaken. And we began to feel like we was doing good because the economy was rising. And he kept boasting and bragging on African Americans getting jobs, okay? And I'm closing the borders, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And man, things was rising, and God needed to turn the heat up high enough to get you to a place of assimilation. And once you got assimilated, then what he did, he went, January came. COVID-19 came and swept the land. He said, I got you where I need you. Soup's ready. Now let's see what this man's going to do. And this man says, it's a Democratic hoax. And God says, yeah, that's why I got him here. And I want him to feel this way for several months until it gets really bad. And the economy fell. 40 million people lost their jobs. And many of them will never recover. So what is God doing? He's playing chess. The next wave is coming. The next wave is coming. Now, one of two things is getting ready to happen. Y'all want to know what I think? Malachi 3 and Hebrew 13 tell us the same thing about the same God. He does not change. An unknown phenomenon that's deadlier than the coronavirus. See, there you go. Oh, man, I want to talk about what Obama did for us. Right, y'all voted for him hardcore. He was the great black hope. Hello, everyone. What about Isaiah 26:20? But people won't shut the door until the wrath of God passes. God has a history of giving his people what they ask for. Oh, the woman with the three names. Yep, Ryan Dansbury. Come on. Yeah, she said a lion. That's good, Dansbury. The Simpsons made an episode. Yep, about Trump. Let's see it come true. Yeah. Okay, D'Amica, and Trump will get back in. Now, he don't have to get back in. God don't have to use him for another 4 years. The damage has already been done. You understand what I'm saying? He don't have to use him for another 4 years. He don't. He could put Biden in there to continue the immorality that Barack Obama really stirred up. All right? He go from here, then he go back here. That's what God has been doing since. Well, I don't want to do a presidential history thing here, but this go all the way back, y'all. I go back to Ronald Reagan when it started. All right, because God had to get those white evangelicals out of the church, and he used Ronald Reagan to get the white evangelicals out of the church into the political sphere, and it was successful. And once they in there, they stayed in there. They couldn't leave. And then he began to build up on this racial tension. It did. So by the time Barack Obama got here, it was perfect. He just was tasting his soup. This is so good. This is so good. Give them the sense that everybody has overcome. We got a black president. But I'm going to use this black man to do something that they don't think he going to do. I don't think y'all getting any. You're not getting this, are you? You are? Trump receives undercover spiritual advice from Paula White, so everything is gonna everything that he says that seems to be spiritual is coming from Paula and her whites. If it does not mutate, they're still stuck. What is it with the plenty long enough? 1,000 people die. Yep. I'm trying to tell y'all better listen to me. You better listen to me. Love is patient. Love is kind. Come on, Carl. You better preach to us. You better preach it to us. I'm trying to read what y'all saying. Donald Trump, unbiased them. Yes. Ooh, my eyes. I can't see nothing. Then the fallout from COVID emboldened them to be even more hateful instead of being, there it is. They said, we ain't wearing no mask. Ain't doing it. Uh-oh. Romandus and Deanna's going at it, y'all. Fight! He doesn't. Nor has he aborted his original plan for us. Yeah, they're going at it. You think we are done? Also, are you willing to take that vaccine? I'm educated, so I feel a certain way about that. Okay, Donald Buster asked a great question. All right, are we done? No, I believe God got a long way to go with us. We're not done. Y'all are caught up in these dreams and these prophecies and what have you that you've been seeing on social media going back and forth. I'm sorry, don't worry about that. I'm not worried about seeing some Russian boots on the ground come November and all this stuff. No, God ain't done. No, there are other things that needs to happen for God to get it right. All right, because what the scripture is saying, how it's going to happen, and how Jesus' Sermon on the Mount gives us an idea of what's going to happen. Revelation gives us an idea of what's going to happen. The wars that's going to happen in the Middle East gives us an idea of what's going to happen. You see, God's center of attraction is not the United States. Do you understand? In the Bible, God's center attraction is not the United States. We think it is. That's why we're so weak in our mentality and thinking that we think we know God. All right. And we think that God is moving in the prophetic when we see things happening in America. But the prophetic clock has everything to do with the Middle East, not so much the United States. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's his center attraction. Not that you're not in the picture, but eschatology and as it pertains to prophecy is dealing with what's happening around the world, not so much what's happening in America. So when you see a hurricane or a tornado come or an earthquake happening in the United States, everybody starts speaking prophecy this, prophecy that. This is going to happen. Okay. No, that stuff's going to happen. It's been happening. Jesus said it's going to happen more and more and more. All right. And then this is the beginning of the end. Okay. Then something else is going to happen and something else is going to happen. He was giving you, he was mapping out the map for you. But when you don't read that stuff and you don't know it, you think, the world is ending in 30 days. This is America. You understand what I'm saying? So stop focusing so much on America and look at world news reports. Do y'all understand? Israel is God's prophetic timeline. That's it. All right. I'm trying to teach y'all something here. You better listen to me. I know it's late, but this is a fireside chat. God's attention and his prophetic clock is Israel, not the United States. Do you understand? We're not even in Bible prophecy. We're nowhere in the scripture. Man want us to be, and we keep trying to find loopholes in the Bible to say that's the United States. We ain't nowhere in there. You know why? I believe that this is the beginning of our end. Right now is the beginning of our end. Now, pandemics have come to America. Every 100 years, we get hit with some kind of plague. Understand? This is different because we are too closely related to the world. Pandemics that happened 100 years ago, even the Black Plague, we wasn't the Spanish plague or the Spanish flu, whatever it was. Okay, of 18? What was that year? We were not as connected to the world as we are today. So it hurts us more today than it did 100 years ago. You understand? All right, so we're getting weaker and weaker and weaker. It's already bad enough we're dumber. The United States is dumber than we ever been before. We're dumber in everything. We're just dumber. Our parents knew more than us. We have things that are readily available to us, but we're dumber and we're making less money than our parents. 1918. Thank you. Yes. Y'all like, what is he talking about? I don't care what y'all think about. I don't care what y'all think about me. God just had the high horse. One on a high horse. I'm trying to tell y'all better listen to. You better listen. Before Reagan, we had President Carter, a born-again peanut farmer. They didn't like him because he was, too nice. And Margaret Johnson, and he was a Christian, but the Christians didn't like him because it was a political situation there. And he was tiptoeing on the aspect of anti-Israel. They didn't like that at all. Yeah, we are just an infant nation. If the life of our nation was one day, America is, This is the beginning of sorrows, Gloria Razor. It's it. After all we have, Man, y'all preaching 1918 to 1920 Spanish flu. Yep. We couldn't handle the Spanish flu today. There was no way we'd be able to handle it today because we're too close. Do you believe in G.E. Patterson's message back in the days? Ricky Nelson, which ones? He's preached a lot of sermons. Which ones in particular, Ricky? Where are either going to be overtaken or? Oh, you mean we are? Yes. I believe that we will mesh into another nation. Even though Donald Trump is pulling us out of these accords, we will join forces with a nation to survive. Canada, Mexico, maybe, I don't know, South America. All right, we've got to come together in order to survive, because we're doomed. We are so arrogant and self-righteous. Yep, we're doomed. First, we don't get to tell each other what to do. Second, we both can know from Scripture that praying for God's mercy and protection in the midst of. Third, that's good stuff. Who you talking to? Yeah, Ryan Dansbury, Russia. Okay, why you mention Russia, Ryan Dansbury? Tell me why. Because Russia is going to play a major part in end-time prophecy. Major, bigly. Russia and China. Bigly. And they are each other's allies with North Korea. Don't ignore them. Russia seems to be weak right now. It's one of the weak nations, even though it's a powerful nation, but it's actually militarily weaker than us and China. But that again is what God is making you believe. Russia is going to be the last, playing this last role. Thank you for saying that this is the dumbest. Oh my God, that James Foster. Oh my God, United Nations or something like that. Yep. Oh yeah. Yes. I hope Canada. I yeah, that's it. Oh, you were speaking to more. I thought so. Okay, now, all right. So, our dollar is weak. All right, and then we don't have national health care. That's our downfall fall right there. And trust me, God's got his hands in that. He didn't want us to have it. He needed us to be weak enough to send this pandemic. Weak mentally and spiritually, because your churches have been preaching false teachings for generations in America. Do y'all hear me? Your churches and your pastors have been preaching false teachings for so long. It was easy to shut these churches down. So the people went home and they had to learn on their own. So this coronavirus that's got God sent actually did a whole bunch of things. He killed not just 2 birds with 1 stone. He killed 100 birds with 1 stone. Many in the negative and many in the positive. There are many people who became very wealthy during the pandemic. The Lord has blessed my house better in the pandemic. I ain't wealthy, but I feel more comfortable during the pandemic than I did prior to the pandemic. The Lord is blessing homes while y'all at home. People have left their jobs and went home, collected unemployment, and made more on unemployment than they did working a 12-hour shift. Come on, y'all. And that's why the government said, we're tired of it. We're shutting this off. We're paying these people to stay home. They're not encouraged to go to work. They're making more money at home. It was crazy. This is the truth. It's crazy. It's crazy, y'all. All right. So yeah, Russia is Russia's on the attack. Russia will win. Y'all understand me? Russia will win. I don't care what nobody say. They will win. They're smarter. How you think Trump got off? Russia came over and hacked all our computers. And we were like, ooh, look what the news saying on my computer. It's saying we need to do this and that. That was Russia. They was like, they know our mentality. They know we are dumb as rocks. I'm an introvert, so I'm cooling. Yep, of course, America has to go. America too selfish and ignorant to come together to fight a pandemic. God is the epitome of omniscience, and we can't even listen to science. Yep, we won't listen to science. And notice, the white evangelicals, and many of them on the conservative right, they hate science. They say there is no global warming. There is no global warming. I got a ball of snow in my hand. It's 20 below outside. There ain't no global warming. And I says, oh my God, they are dumb as rocks. Didn't he flip-flop this thing? Yeah. I love working from home, both jobs. Come on, WBBM and Moody. We probably get back. Come on. Yeah. I'm trying to tell you, the Lord has blessed my house more during the pandemic than he has ever had during y'all's best times. I'm like, God, what is going? I don't understand. God, I don't understand. Every time I give myself away, I'm doing these shows. I'm working hard. I'm at the church doing our live streams to bless the people, teaching Sunday school, playing the instruments, and I'm trying to feed the hungry, and I'm trying to raise children and what have you. I'm doing all I can, God. I'm pouring out. And every time I pour out, God's put back in my hand. I'm like, this don't make no sense. I can't give it away. And he says, well, I got to bless the people through this. Let me give y'all my testimony. This computer here that we're on right now is a refurbished computer. Okay? This computer is refurbished. Because I had to take it because the one I was on, it stopped working. So like, oh God, I need another computer. That's money. So got this thing refurbished. But when I brought it home, the battery wasn't keeping a charge. I'm like, God, this battery ain't keeping a charge, and so it slows down my computer. I have a MacBook Pro, and you know that machine is a war horse. I'm like, okay, man. So I got to take it to the guy, see if he can take the old battery out and put my old battery out, which was good. The battery was good, and put it in this refurbished one, and I'll be okay. So I called the mechanic. Today is Sunday. So I said, on my way to church, I'm going to drop my computer off at your shop. I says, I need you to replace the battery. He says, no problem. So I dropped it off, and I had church today. I did my live streaming, and 12 o'clock came. He says, it's ready. Come get it. And so I went in and picked it up, and he handed me the bill. All right, this is the bill right here. He handed it to me, and I said, oh. I said, man, all I want you to do is change the battery. Somebody stole your battery. Okay, it said $115. Bruh, all you got to do is turn the computer around, take some screws. He said, no, it's not that simple. He said, this is what my company charged. I said, okay, okay. I went to the bank. I pulled out $100, and I had 20 in my pocket, and I gave it to him. I said, thank you. He gave my computer back. Now, guess what happened next? As I'm riding to my next appointment, here's what I said to God. I said, hey, God, I'm your son. Can you replace that $120? But can you replace it before I go to bed tonight? Can you replace that before I go to bed tonight? Because that's messing with my savings. As I pulled up to my 3 o'clock appointment, where's she at? Effie Roth cashed at me. Effie Roth cashed at me. And then as I was walking in the door, Lisa Laude cashed at me. And as I was sitting down, Valerie Jackson cashed at me. Yeah. I didn't do it. I didn't do a show. I wasn't asking for no money. I didn't do nothing. I mean, they just did it. And then when I got through with my show with the boys, Sunday school, Lonnie Newman passed me a crisp $100 bill. He said, here. I said, whoa. I said, what you doing? He said, somebody blessed me with that today, so I want to give it to you. Y'all see how fast I got that money back? I said, God, this bill is $115. Can I have it back before the day is out? And y'all don't want to worship the Lord. Y'all don't want to worship the Lord. That's how fast he works. He's been doing that with me every week during a pandemic. Why? He said, you know, you've been pouring out your heart to the people of God for many years. I've been sustaining you. I'm going to really prove to you now. that I'm getting ready to sustain you mightily, young man, because I got to keep your computer going, because you got to preach, you got to dispel all this bad teaching from these pastors. And the people are hungry for the word of God, so I got to keep your computer going. So whatever happens to it, God says, don't worry. I got you. I got you. And so he got me. And many of you have been a huge blessing to me. Amber Rogers, huge blessing. Demetrius Hunt. I mean, some of these people here, they don't play. I mean, they just don't play. I mean, when they give, they don't mess around. Everybody's doing the mess around. They don't mess around. No, they don't mess around. God is faithful, D'Amica. Come on. God is faithful. I feel the praise break coming. Yeah. I'm trying to tell you. So right now, y'all, the best thing for you to do right now is to worship God. Worship him right now, because you're going to need that moment of worship to pull back on, because the second wave is coming. And a few things are going to happen. Number one, tornadoes and hurricanes, tsunamis and earthquakes and all this stuff is coming. We're already in the season. We're in the season. What hurricane has hit the shores already? What hurricane just happened? All right, and they're coming. It would be horrible for the second wave of the coronavirus to come and the hurricane come and then this cause people to be displaced. And now people got to be up close to each other. They're in shelters during this pandemic. It's going to get really bad, y'all. The unemployment has ceased. They're in the Congress right now fighting to see if they're going to send another stimulus package. Meanwhile, thousands of people are getting eviction notices, and the homeless rate is going up. And then there's going to be a food shortage. All right. Get ready for all this stuff. In the midst of that, the stock market will indeed crash. Will crash. The hurricane's here. Yes. Douglas and Hannah. Yes. It's here. And the market will crash. All right. So what are y'all going to do? Anti-science lunatics, friends groups calling themselves the church are being leveraged by, yes, Russia. What are y'all going to do? Now, so next week, I'm going back to my black economics classes. Hurricane is on the way to Hawaii. All right. I'm going back to my economic classes. You need to do something right now. Stop waiting. Stop wasting time on the television. Stop wasting your time doing nothing. All right. Hannah hit Texas, Phyllis is saying. All right. And more is coming after her in the pandemic. There's an uptick in the coronavirus, and the hurricanes are coming. All right. And people are dying. The old guards are dying. Notice every week, every other day, somebody that we know in TV history is dying. They're dying. All right. It's their time. They're dying. And these civil rights leaders are dying, and there's nobody to replace them. The ones who are replacing them are men who have anarchy in their minds, and those who are part of the Black Lives Matter who is raising more anti-black home. Get the man out of the house. Understand Marxism and homosexuality and spectrums, okay? You a girl, boy, girl. You a girl, boy, 16-year-old little boy, girl. Everybody's got different spectrums. I am what I is, okay? And all this stuff is happening. No one is to replace these leaders who are dying. You understand? Y'all understand? COVID is picking up in Florida, Texas, California. There will be a shortage of fresh fruits and vegetables at this rate. Yep, that's right. So get ready. How are you preparing? Number one, the United States is for sale. The United States is for sale. And you got a small window of opportunity to purchase the United States. You're like, what do you mean? Is you crazy? Yeah, I'm crazy. This is the best time to get back in the old ways. Plant your own foods. Man, you in my notes. God is watching. You in my notes. Plant your own foods. Okay? Let me show y'all something here. I wish I had this up already prepared for you so that you can see what I'm talking about. Plant your own foods. The problem is some of you can't do that because you live in certain territories where you just can't. All right, so I get that. But let me show y'all something, what I recorded. I went to Alvin Perriman's house, and I recorded this. I'm going to have to put it on the Jumbotron up here when I get it all together. But this right here is too much green in it, so you won't be able to see it. I'll have to put it on the Jumbotron. Okay? But this is me in a garden this week. Okay? And I'm walking around and I'm seeing this preacher at my church. He and his wife planted a garden and they eat from this garden. And they had diverse vegetables in there. And I was able to get a grocery bag and shop in their backyard. This is in Evanston, Illinois. All right. We forgot. We're not being taught how to have a green thumb. Every year I would go to Mississippi, and my parents would take us to Mississippi, and we had to till the ground. And we ate what we grew. You can have indoor gardens or plant on your balcony porch. That's true. That's true. To a certain extent, but yeah, you're right. Yep, we will be done in the fall after the vaccine comes out. It has a consistent pattern all over the world, death and hospitalization and pretty much Sweden. Yep, the virus has a constant infection. Yeah, is already on the way. Yeah, down. Yeah, come on, Tadlock. Oh, it's bad. Yeah. It's a shame the churches are telling their members to stock up on food. Okay. Now, they wouldn't have to stock up on food if they would teach them how to plant. Especially those in the South. Man, y'all got all that land out there and you ain't got nothing growing on your land? I can't understand. You got a backyard, a big backyard, and you got nothing growing out there? And then you crying because you overweight, obese, or you're getting sick from grocery store food? Just because it says the federal, what is it, FDI? No, what is that? The federal, who is that police our food? Okay, what's that sign that's on the food? The H, I can't. It's so many federal. I can't keep up with all these letters. Hopefully, people will listen to you. I have been telling people that a famine is coming for months. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, it's coming. It's coming. You better get ready. Thank you, FDA. FDA approved. Federal, was it Drug Administration? Yeah. So, the United States is on sale. It's on sale. Now, I want to talk about the stock market. Not right now because my time has elapsed. All right. But I want to talk about the stock market next week. I want to talk about the gig economy. I want to talk about the service industry and what you can be doing right now to prepare for this next economic shutdown. I'm not saying that all of the states will be shut down again, but they may have to if this second wave is just as bad or worse than the first one. I'm from the South. Arkansas was raised nothing but gardens and had pecans, walnuts, apple. Yes. Oh, man. Yes. Food Drug Administration. Thank you, Bobby Miller. Hey, Bobby, where you been, man? I miss you, brother. Not every apartment building has balconies yet, but there are a giveaway produce co-ops nearby. Thank you, Michelle Carter. Thank you. All right, so there's a way to do this, y'all, without you having to do what you having to wait for the trucks to come and then to the distributors to go to the Walmart stores, and then you stand that long Walmart line because you got to stand outside because the virus is going to come again in another wave, and you're going to have to stand outside in the cold because the social distancing is going on. And y'all, I beg you to get ready for this. Shantae says, should one liquidate assets? No, this is not like the first century church where you had all things common and they bought and sold, and because they thought Jesus was coming right away, so they started doing some things that didn't work out. All right, so the United States is on sale, and a lot of people who are becoming wealthy because they know how the economy works. Number one, study the economy. Study the economy. I beg you. You did not pay attention to Economy 101 in grammar school. It's time for you to go back. Go to Google. Go to YouTube. Study the economy. Very important. Because if you don't, you will always be last. You will always be waiting on the government to bail you out. Study the economy in all of its terms. There is a difference between Main Street and Wall Street. Understand? So when you see Wall Street and the whole bear market and this rallying, don't get excited. And Main Street is dying and suffering and everybody losing their jobs. You're like, how could that be? Everybody losing their jobs, but Wall Street is rallying, because they're two different beasts. Wall Street is hope-based. Main Street is reality-based. Do you understand? That's the way some of y'all's churches are. Your churches were hope-based. They taught the theology of hope in your churches, and that's why many of you suffered for many years. You gave more of your monies and your savings to the church because it was based off of a hope of a return, and that return was never realized. Don't tell me you gave $50,000 over a certain amount of years with tithes and offerings, and they promised you a rate of return, and you found $100 on the steps, or you got an unexpected check in the mail for $200 when you gave $50,000 over the few years. Are you crazy? I don't know no business in America that will survive on that rate of return on their investment. You have been taught the theology of hope and not reality. And it's my job to erase this mismanagement of your mentality from these churches. You've been lorded over, and that's why you suffered during the pandemic. You were not ready. The church never prepared you. They was take. And God sent this COVID here, and you lost everything, some of you. And you couldn't go back to the church for a handout because they said, we closed. That pisses me off when I see that stuff. I see these poor single women being taken advantage of for generations from the church. I was a part of that mess. I repented to God. I said, God, I'm sorry. I was a part of that mess. But I cleaned that crap up years ago. I come out of that mess and said, okay, now I'm going to stay in the church, but I'm going to teach you the right way. Pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. Invest in your family at home. You can't take care of the church if your home, you about to lose your house and your car and your license been turned off, but you got to keep giving to the church. You are crazy. Crazy. And when I talk this way, people saying I'm anti-church. Shut up. I go to church every Sunday. I'm trying to service the church. But what I'm doing is when the people who are still left, they're at least getting the right interpretation of the word of God. You've been bamboozled. You've been run amok. Plymouth Church done landed on you. It's time you come out of Lodebar. Ichabod is the name of your church. Ichabod. What does that mean? So Wall Street is a place where people hope. That's why it's rallying, because they're hoping for something to happen in the future. But Main Street is reality. I'm hurting. How do we put those two together? Well, I'm going to tell you. The United States is for sale, and that's why Wall Street is rallying, because they're trying to buy, because it's for sale. But when it crashes, that's when you're going to make your money. You actually want the Wall Street to crash. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? You want Wall Street to crash. Why? It's too expensive right now. It's for sale, but it's too expensive. Let it crash and then jump in there. But don't just jump in there and start throwing money everywhere. Because once it crashes, it's time to buy. It's time to buy. Because if it crashes, it's got to survive. It's got to go back up. Don't forget the code for what? Water is Dakota. Watching the stories in the Dakota pipeline. Oh, okay, Vicky Heckert. Yeah, Ichabod, the glory of God has departed. I get so upset when I see my people being taken advantage of, even during the pandemic. It just pisses me off. I know y'all like, why does he keep saying piss? It's King James. We had food gardens all in our family's backyards until grandparents went to the what? Oh, in Carter. Yeah, it's just so disheartening. So disheartening. My church was paid off. They still have another mortgage. I'm not going to keep. Man, that's crazy. It's crazy. For years, farming was considered old-fashioned and outdated. Now it's so-called stylish again. Yep, advocate of grace. Yes. The older generation had been telling us for years, grow your own food. We wasn't listening to them. Sorry, clock keeper. I went right past your clock. I'm trying to tell y'all. One bishop said, God don't need your money. Some of us couldn't, and we didn't believe him at first. And some pastors disassociated with him for saying that. See what I'm saying? He don't need your money. He don't need it. Launching deep blessings to you. He don't need it. He don't need it. He wants your heart. He never asked for your money. He wants your heart. All right? So he has sent people to teach you how to survive during the pandemic. You understand? When the first pandemic came in Israel, in Egypt, God told them what to do. They were in the land of Goshen and they had plenty. When the famine came and these women were boiling their babies for lunch, God began to take care of the Israelites in Goshen. You understand? When the plagues came to town, God did not let it harm the Israelite people. All right. And when that last one came, he said, put the blood over your door and I'll pass over you. He's the same God. So in this pandemic, God is preparing you physically, economically, spiritually, and you're not listening. Listen to there's the writing is on the wall. Listen, let the Spirit of God rise up in you and show you that I'm telling you what to do. I'm telling you the truth. He has sustained me during this pandemic, and he can and will sustain you. Keep your mind focused on Jesus and let him speak to your heart. And he will lead you and guide you and tell you what to do and cut off some of these distractions. He's speaking, but you can't hear him because you're distracted. You've been swimming naked. All right? So some people are going to lose everything. At the time of this recording, and another few weeks or months, that somebody in your family will die. Don't tell me, don't say that. I'm telling you, somebody in your family or in your circle will die before the end of the year. They will die. They're gone. So here's what you need to do. Call them. Spend some time with your circle. Do whatever you can. Pray with them. Speak to your children. Don't ignore your children. I don't care how old they are. If you got kids in their 40s, I don't care. Call them. Ask them, are they okay? And then go over to the house, or if they live with you, go to y'all's office or wherever y'all have y'all's little table and sit with them. You can show them this show, or you can go to Google and find out how y'all both can learn economy. All right? Sit down with your children. Don't abandon them. I do this with mine. I got a grandson here and a grandchild on the way. And we sit down and talk about the economy. What is that we can do? So when these kids get into these new kids coming, they need to be prepared. They're being born in a really bad time. And this is prophetic. And this is not the worst of it. The Antichrist ain't coming tomorrow. Don't y'all worry about that. But something of its kind is coming. You better get ready for it, all right? So you can survive through this. Let not your heart be troubled. Don't do it. He will sustain you. From the title, the COVID had never second wave. Yeah, Charlene, you must be late to the show. My church is paid off. We are having everything online and on the phone and enjoying the simplicity and peace. Come on. I love it. Love it. Love it. So those of y'all who got your churches paid off, praise God. But there are too many churches who can barely make it, and their churches had to close and they could not survive, and they lost the building. Now they're getting ready to lose the building because there was a moratorium on evictions. All right, but August 1 or July 31st, or pretty much August 1, pink slips are going out everywhere. So what do you need to do? Find out who's going to be homeless or who needs food. And God says, if when you give to the poor, you lend to him. The mark of the beast is ready for your arm. Yeah. Everything is being set up. Yes. All right. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit is saying to the church. Okay. So next week, I will be delving into the economy. Right. I will be delving into it. So I suggest you hit the, just subscribe to this channel or do whatever. Whenever you see me go online, all right, I'm going to be talking about something that's benefiting you. Okay. Please stay with me because my ears are open to the news and world reports and finances. I've got my ears open so that I can come and share it with you. All right. So your money, don't hoard your money. Don't hoard it, because the more you hoard it, it's not going to be worth anything if you keep hoarding it. So there's things to do with your money. I got to go because I get caught up in new conversations and then it's all over. I was talking to the Lord this morning, and I said that the Antichrist spirit is sweeping the nation. Yep. It's been here for a little while, but it's really sweeping the nation right now. Yes. People are there's going to be a spirit of apostasy. It's getting ready to happen like never before. Especially during this pandemic, people are going to be turning away. They're going to be turning on God. They're going to be turning away, trying to find a way out. Why? Because they were swimming naked. They've been lied to. So what's going to happen is, because this thing happened to them, they're going to say there must not be a God because the church lied to me, and there's going to be many people turning over to atheism. Trust me on this. The school open delays in many states. Many hold off some of the next wave. But whenever the states allow, permit, or force schools to open, then there it is. It's coming. What are you going to do? Are y'all ready? Y'all ready for the wave? I'm ready. If you're not ready, get ready. All right? This sounds like an altar call, don't it? Get ready. Clock keeper has been very generous tonight. Right. The clock keeper has been very generous. All right. So let me go. Hit the share button. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe. And if you're on Facebook, go ahead and share this. Is about how many of y'all left? 107 of y'all left. Man, it's almost 2:00 over there on the East Coast. What are y'all doing up this late at night? Huh? What y'all doing up? It's 102. It's 107 of y'all left. Say good night, Grace. Okay. All right. Good night, Grace. All right. See y'all tomorrow. Let's talk about some. Monday is relationship. I talk about relationships on Monday. All right. I ain't gonna stop doing that. Tuesday we talk about finances. Okay. So tune in Tuesday. I either go live either 2:00 or 10:00. 2 or 10. All right. Sometimes twice. 2 and 10. Right. So let's get our relationships together tomorrow. Then Tuesday, pull out your checkbooks and let's see if we can balance your books. Some preachers only preach because it's their profession. People are walking away from the brick and mortar. Yep. They're walking away. They're out of there. Thanks for this. And night. Thank you for Effie Roth. I love you, and thank you for the blessing you did for me today. The Lord spoke to your ear and says, hey, Effie, this is your father. Oh, hey, Father. Hey, listen, my son, he asked me for a favor. Hey, can you cash app? You was like, all right, Daddy, I got him. I got him. Thank you, daughter. How's things going on at the house? Yeah, God be talking to you, Effie. He be talking. All right. Blessings to y'all. Gotta go. Peace. Oh, people were asking me what is it? There it is right there. There's the cash app right there. My bad. Sometimes I forget to put it up there because I have a passion to preach and teach, and I don't worry about the money. I just don't worry about it. I need the money, but I don't worry about it. And then God said, "Hey, put your Cash App up there." Bye, y'all.
Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.